everyone, and welcome to PopCultX, or welcome back to PopCultX if you're a return viewer or subscriber. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? I don't know. I don't see a reason why they should wait. Do you, Gabe?
I don't have any reason.
Well, I'm Danny, and along with Gabriel, we're your hosts here at PopCultX, and we're thrilled that you're here watching this show today. So, at the very least. But, yeah, so it was an eventful week since our last show. A lot of things happened, a lot of things came out, a lot of things transpired. I know this past weekend, the boxing match that took place between Tyson and Paul. But Gabe, you watched it, you told me, and I want to hear your thoughts on it.
It was kind of like a train wreck. Like I couldn't help but watch it, but I felt guilty about watching it after the fact. The first two fights were really good fights. I thought they were really good matches. They were good fights. The fight between Tyson and the little YouTuber or whatever he is, Jake Paul, or I don't know his name.
That's his name. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I feel like I don't know if it was like he was paid to go so many rounds, and it was fixed, and if it was all like a setup. I wasn't satisfied by watching it. There wasn't anything proof. I don't think anything more of that guy Paul. Like I don't think that he's a better boxer than what I thought before. He didn't prove anything to me. It just seemed like a waste of time when all is said and done.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And well, you said the first two fights were good. I thought they were horrendous, but that's just because, especially the first fight. I was like, man, I could probably get in the ring with either of those two guys and stand my ground and and do better than what they did. I mean, it was, I don't know. The first fight was just completely lost to me. The second fight was a little better. I expected more action from their weight class. Usually welterweights box more, punch more. Yeah. So it was a little weird for me. And then the ladies fight, though, they were going to town on each other. And we talked a little bit about Serrano being robbed from the decision. Yeah. And I agree, still think that. And the Tyson Paul fight, I agree with you. I think the contractor, from what I've been hearing, I don't know, I haven't read the contract, but Tyson earned nothing if he knocked him out in like the first 2 or 3 rounds. But then, if he gets to 7-8, that's when he gets the full purse. So he had the incentive to not really do much, right? So,
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true. That's just what I hear through social media, Twitter, X, whatever, which I'm leaving soon, by the way, going to Blue Sky, primarily. But that's just what I saw and heard. If it's true or not, I don't know. I mean, I hope that it is. Tyson did say the day after that he did survive like a health scare in June, that he needed like 8 blood transfusions and he lost 25 pounds and that he had to work his way back to get into fighting shape.
Right.
So, I mean, that could be it. I mean, his balance did look a little off all night. So it didn't look the same that he did in the training videos that they would highlight it and show. Yeah. But maybe those training videos were done before his health scare. I don't know.
Possibly.
But it was a kind of a letdown still. But I'm glad Tyson got his money.
I mean, I don't know. Did he need it? Was it?
I don't know. I don't know if he needed it, but hey, if they're going to pay me that much, I might as well get it, right?
Yeah. To me, it was kind of like a waste of time, to be honest. It was just a whole marketing thing. Like, it was gross to see like the promotions of all the various products and stuff like that. Just, I don't know. It wasn't fun to watch.
And talk about like product placement, all the different like Netflix shows that they were promoting in the stands. You know, they had like the Squid Games characters and all the other stuff. You know, it was funny. But one thing that really, really not upset me, but really just rubbed me the wrong way was the announcer of the fight. When he said, Jake Paul, now he can live with the fact that he knows that he beat Mike Tyson. And I thought, No, you didn't. That wasn't
Yeah,
Mike
no,
Tyson.
yeah,
That and the fact that the announcer said that with such conviction and such meaning that he really believed it, and that it probably that's what they're telling this guy. Oh yeah, you beat Mike Tyson. You beat. Come on.
yeah, it's just a rich kid that has money that paid for a little fantasy
Yeah,
boxing,
there you
you know,
go. Yeah, that's
uh,
very true. Yep.
camp and boxed an older man that used to be a really great boxer.
Mhm.
Not to, and that's not to put Tyson down in any way, or but it was just a little fantasy thing for
I didn't even
Paul.
think about that. That's very true. That is very true. That was his fantasy camp, his live action role play, if you will.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, he's yeah. Okay. That's enough about Bach and Tyson and
yeah,
Paul. If I don't ever have to hear Jake Paul's name again, I will be very happy. So his name will never cross my lips again from here forward. So
yeah. I'm over it. The other thing that I saw or was able to go attend was a comedy show here in San Diego at Mic
okay.
Drop on Saturday. I saw Margaret Cho, and she was
Oh,
amazing.
nice.
She was super funny, very much still peak performance. A lot of her material had to do with obviously the election results and
Mhm.
how it makes her feel as a woman, as a bisexual woman, as a minority, and so there were some serious aspects of her routine, but she's just hilarious. She made everything really, really funny. I was cracking up. It was a really good time. She's has to be one of my all-time favorite comedians for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I still remember. Did she do the bit where she was in the car and she has to go to the bathroom, so she's clinching to make diamonds?
Yeah,
That thing is just the funniest to me. That was just the most hilarious bit.
yeah. She's got so many funny things. She famously sort of impersonates her mother, and father and her family, and makes light of being a first generation Korean American. And she's just really funny. She's very relatable.
Yeah.
She can get a little graphic, but that's definitely my type of comedy. She's just hilarious. She's just a very funny comedian that has been doing it for quite some time. I mean, she's been doing her thing for a while now and doing it really, really well.
Have you seen any of the Ali Wong comedy specials?
I have it.
Oh, you said the graphic part, and it reminded me that. Go watch them. I think they're on Netflix. Netflix. I think she has two or three. They're pretty
Yeah,
funny. They're
yeah,
worth the time.
yeah. I don't know why I haven't watched her. I think that sometimes I just feel kind of loyal to like the old comedians that I'm used to, and so like I watch their stuff, and then like some new comedian comes by, and I'm like, I don't know, I just don't get into it. But I know she's supposed to be very funny as well, so I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, go check it out. Speaking of checking out, you also watched a movie I saw on your social media that probably everyone else in the world will be checking out this weekend or this coming few months, and that was, of course,
Wicked.
Wicked. So,
Yeah,
how
it
was
was
it?
it was great. When via Amazon Prime, I guess they have some sort of special where you are able to watch the movie before it's released, and took advantage of that. Went to the theater, saw it in IMAX. Sound was amazing. The voices of Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, just really good. The acting, outstanding. A lot of really great actors. Outside of them, Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Yao,
Goldblum's in it. Okay.
uh, Bowen Yang is in it from Saturday Night Live. He's pretty funny. They just have a wonderful cast. Ariana Grande's like performances really stand out. She does a great job as Galinda. Um, just fits the character perfectly, look wise, sound wise, acting, everything about her is like spot on, perfect. Cynthia Erivo is right up there with her. Her voice is amazing. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there are definitely moments in the movie that will give you chills when you watch it because the performance is so good.
Oh, cool.
Uh, the sets are amazing, the costume designs are amazing, and the plot, the way they sort of, I think they added more weight to the storyline So they sort of fleshed out a lot of the topics
Oh,
and the theme of
nice.
the movie. So that's really cool. But I definitely recommend for people to go watch it. Um, I'm not a musical fan, as everyone knows, but it was very enjoyable watching it. And there's some great surprises in it that are kind of caught me off guard. So that's definitely kind of cool. So really worth going out and seeing and checking out.
Very cool. Yeah, I look forward to seeing it. I started trying to listen to the soundtrack on what iTunes Music from the Broadway show.
Right.
So just kind of familiarizing myself with the lyrics and the songs, and it sounds very much like a musical from Days Gone By. So it's like it has all that from what you expect from a classical musical. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see it. I want to watch it, and I will.
Yeah, and it's cool because it's basically like a prequel to Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah.
It's she becomes the Wicked Witch of the West, and so that's kind of cool in a sense, especially if you're a fan of the Wizard of Oz, like sort of lore, and you see Munchkins and all kinds of cool things, the Citizens of Oz,
Hmm.
Emerald City, things like that. So it's very really cool.
Very cool. So it brought in some new stuff, but also hit on your nostalgic heartstring in a way as well.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen the musical. I don't remember the plot like all that greatly, to be honest. There's like two performances or sort of standout performances, songs that are just really great and are like sort of the most popular songs of the musical. And those songs are in the movie and they are standout performances. They did a great job with them.
Let me see if I can guess which two songs those are, just based on what I've heard. So I'm thinking one is the popular song,
Yep.
and of course the other one being "Defy Gravity" or something like that, right? So
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
Really cool. Yeah,
I mean,
really. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but definitely really cool what they did. The special effects are really cool with the monkeys with the wings, and just everything's really neat. It's
I
really
mean, I've
cool.
seen some of like the stills from like some of the frames, and it looks very cinematic. That what you would
Yeah,
expect from this epic scope, and it just looks really well done. So yeah, I'm excited
yeah.
for it.
So and it's part one, so there's a part two. So I'm
Oh,
looking
I didn't
forward
know
to
that. Really
the second one. So they split it in two.
interesting. I wonder why. Or else it'd be like 4 hours long.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for length, and then also probably, I mean, they know it's going to be very popular and it's going to make a lot of money, so why not make two of them?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Of course, that was directed by I think John Chu, right?
yeah,
Who did like In the Heights as well. So he's really well known for in that musical movie scope. So
yeah,
I hope they do a Hamilton soon. That'd be kind of fun in that same vein of In the Heights and Wicked, where it's a musical, but it's not just a stage production.
right. Yeah,
That'd
that'd
be
be really cool. I'm surprised they haven't thought of that just because of
yeah,
the popularity of it. I'm sure it's probably in the works.
yeah, probably. They'll
Yeah,
get around to it, and it is something that hopefully we do see coming soon. Speaking of coming soon, lead right into it.
yeah,
I wanted to talk a little bit about this in this episode about TV shows and films that are coming up in 2025 that maybe are interested to you that really you're looking forward to. Now I
yeah.
know we talked a little bit last week about Gladiator 2 coming up. So that's one I'm looking for, even though it's 2024. Are there any movies or films coming out 2025 that you're really, 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 really I see you're searching, so I'm keeping gonna say really a lot here. Really, really, really excited about?
Yeah, there's some superhero movies that are coming out that I'm really looking forward to. Craven being
Yes.
one of them. Captain America,
Hmm.
another one. There is the Thunderbolts
Hmm.
also, and then
Hmm.
Batman Part Two, which would be coming up in 2 years. So kind of jumping way ahead, but there are a couple of superhero movies that I'm looking forward to. I mean, I'm a big comic book geek, so those always make me happy when I see superheroes on the big screen. Those are probably the ones that I'm most excited for that are coming out soon.
What about Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four is going to be pretty great. What is that coming out 2025?
According to my notes here, July 2025. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Yeah, that one I can't wait for. The cast is amazing. The visuals that they've sort of alluded to of how
Mhm.
the look that they're going for is really cool with the kind of like retro futuristic look.
Yeah,
So
I
really
like
cool.
that. I
Yeah.
really like the retro futuristic. That's like the game Fallout. I really like
Mhm.
because it has that, retro futuristic. There's the Jetsons, of course, but there's also, oh, what was that other TV show? Uh there's a show where it's similar stuff vibe like that, and I really do like that vibe. So looking forward to that. Superman. DCU's James Gunn's Superman, I think, is next year.
I'm not really super stoked on that one just because I'm
Really?
still upset
Interesting.
that they recast Superman because Henry Cavill was like the best Superman in my mind.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, I am still kind of excited because I want to see what they do, but I'm just so disappointed with what happened with Wonder Woman and Superman and the fact that they're recasting them and when they had two people that were like perfect for the role, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of just sad to not see them in the role.
Yeah, I can understand that, but it's a Superman movie, so you got to be excited about that a little
Yeah,
bit.
I mean, it is cool. And then I guess they're gonna have some really cool characters like Hawk Girl, Guy Gardner, what another Green Lantern, I think.
Hal
Uh,
Jordan, right?
yeah, I think so. And then some of their characters are gonna be in it. That will be cool to see them on the screen. So that's cool.
Okay. Another film that I saw that's not superhero related, but I didn't even know they were making till I started looking up for this episode, is they're making a Karate Kid Legends. So they're gonna fuse the original Karate Kid trilogy, with Ralph Macchio, Danny LaRusso, in with the Jackie Chan version of
Oh,
Mr. Han. So Ralph Macchio, Danny LaRusso's character goes to, I guess, China, and he teams up with Mr. Han to train a new protege.
hmm.
So it's that. I mean, that sounds really cool to me. I really like especially the remake, the one with Jackie Chan. I thought that was really good. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I would have never thought that Ralph Macchio would be able to milk this character as much as it has been because they have the what Cobra Kai
Yeah.
TV show, and
Hmm.
then now this. Like, oh, who would have thought that he'd be playing this character like so many years later?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I watched like I think the first season of Cobra Kai, and I haven't gotten into it since then. But a lot of people swear it's really good, so maybe I
Yeah,
should.
people love it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it either, but people love it and say that it's like a really cool show.
Maybe we need to binge it and just, come back and give a feedback. I think they're just releasing part 2 of season 6 soon, or maybe it just came out. I don't know. But that was one of the promotions on the Tyson fight. So interesting. I'll have to give that a
Yeah,
watch. Another TV show series that is coming out next year is Ironheart. Finally making its debut because it got I guess backlogged because of the whole writer's strike and everything, but it's coming out soon next year. So I'm looking forward to that, and of course follows Riri Williams' character as
yeah.
she goes from Black Panther to Wakanda Forever, and how she goes back to Chicago building of the Iron Man suit. So it follows that storyline and has Anthony Ramos playing the Hood. So I'm interested to see what that's all about because I don't really know much about that villain. So
Yeah, neither do I.
I'm excited for that. He like fuses like technology and magic, which is something that I really like because I mean, it's like these competing different scenarios, magic, mysticism, and then science and technology. I think that
Yeah.
really I'm really attracted to that. I mean,
Mhm.
that's like what my tattoo is, right? So it has like the Jedi force along and then interposes an X-wing fighter, so mechanical science-based thing. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to use that character.
Yeah. That is cool. It's cool to see like another guy with magic because like I've mentioned in a previous podcast, like there aren't really a lot of guys that like are cool magicians or wizards or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, obviously, being like probably like the top guy, but not a lot for us that are into that sort of thing, I think.
Yeah, and he's going to be. I guess his character is a villain, so I'm curious to see how they portray it because in the synopsis I read, it said that he allies with Ironheart. So maybe he's like a anti-hero or a morally gray villain. He
yeah,
does what he's only villainous when it benefits him. I don't
yeah.
know. So I'm curious, very curious for that. Another show that I saw coming out next year is Alien Earth.
Mm.
So that sounds interesting. So it takes on the Alien franchise. The xenomorphs come to Earth. I guess it's their first trip down to Earth. I think they were here in Predator versus Aliens. Didn't that take place on Earth? I don't recall.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either. So. But it just sounds cool, like a cool concept, going the aliens coming down to Earth and wrecking havoc, I'm sure. So
Yeah. Anything with aliens, I'm down with. Like they're such a cool monster creature. I love seeing them on screen. They're just a really unique looking thing to look at. Like they're just really cool to watch.
yeah.
So anything that they do with them, I'm always down to watch.
Yeah, I was watching Spaceballs recently. And at the end, of course, they have like this xenomorph looking pop out of the guy's chest and he grabs a top hat and he's doing like a song and dance off screen. I thought that was just so funny. So maybe
Yeah.
we'll get one of those.
That'd be hilarious.
Are there any other TV shows or any series that you might be looking forward to coming out in
As
2025?
far as TV shows, I can't really think of anything that is coming out that I'm excited for. Um, yeah, I can't really say there's anything new that's on my radar.
Okay. I know there's a few other ones. So like I'm not sure if you watched any of the Percy Jackson series.
I didn't watch it, but I am interested in it because there's a couple characters that I'm vaguely aware of that caught my interest, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like maybe I should read the books, but I haven't as of yet.
Okay. I saw the first season, and season two comes out next year. So I'm curious
Yeah.
to see where they're taking the storyline of how he's dealing with his dad, who is not Neptune. What's the Neptune? No,
I did.
Poseidon. Thank you. Yes. And also, I guess maybe Stranger Things might be coming out next year, the last season of that. So I'm really curious to see how they're gonna play that out. I hear each episode like an hour and a half long, so it's like almost a movie for each
Oh wow.
episode, which is interesting, but also kind of cool because it
Yeah.
really allows them to stretch out the story and maybe fill in gaps that we might be missing. But it also runs the risk of stretching it out too much, where we don't. Did we really need that? Couldn't that have been condensed to 45 minutes?
Yeah.
So that's a gamble. We'll see if it pays off well, I guess.
Yeah. Kind of curious to see how they're going to wrap that up.
I want to go back and rewatch that whole series just because it's been so long since it first came out and I don't really remember it. And also
Yeah.
just going back and watching them, see how little and young the main actors were. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, they're just babies. But and see
Crazy.
now how they've grown up and evolved. And I know some of them have gone on to more screen stuff, movies, and some have taken to the stage really well. So it's really cool to see how they decided to shape and channel their artistic expression. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually saw, I forget his name, um, in New York. I saw him on Broadway. At what did Sweeney Todd? He was in
Mm,
Sweeney Todd.
okay.
I forget what I think it's Matarazzo is his last
Yeah.
name.
Gaiden or Gideon, Gate, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he was really good in it. But it was kind of fun to see him kind of branch out from being a kid star on television to being a Broadway star.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So it was cool.
Very cool. Um, any other items that you think coming out soon that you're looking forward to, whether it be comic books or music or anything like that?
Um, one other movie that it's kind of exciting is Nosferatu is coming out. That's
Yes.
cool. I can't wait for that to come out. Um, but outside of that, as far as movies, I think that is all that's coming out that I'm looking forward to. Um, music wise, I'm trying to think of anything. Gwen Stefani's album just came out. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of it. I tried listening to it to see if there was like any standout songs, and um, for me, I'm kind of sad to say because I'm such a big fan of hers, but it's kind of a miss for me. Like it I don't know if she was going for from what I've read, she was kind of going for like an AM sound, like a 1970s, like
Okay.
easy, laid back rock and roll, like Fleetwood Mac kind of a sound. It doesn't quite hit that goal.
Mhm.
Um, and so it's just kind of boring and it just not I don't know, just not cool. Like I wish that they would have done, no doubt would have done a reunion tour and then possibly like a new album. That would have been really cool as opposed to her additional solo stuff.
So that leads me to ask you. So when bands that you know and love, and you love their sound, and you fall in love with the music that they've given you, they
Yeah.
release an album that is sounds completely different. Do you appreciate their attempt at trying something new, or are you like, hey, this is not what you are. Go back to what I love because I want to hear that version of you. Is there,
No,
which way do you feel?
like I definitely like growing with an artist. Like I will go into the direction that they're going with. Like I don't want to like just see them pegged into like one type of music.
Hmm.
No Doubt's is a good example because I think they started off as like ska pop and then they kind of became like a little bit more new wave and then got like just general just pop rock. And a lot of people wanted to keep them in that like ska pop
Yeah.
sound. Um I liked there's when they kind of grew into that other stuff. I thought it was really really cool. But yeah, I don't necessarily want to keep people in the same genre of music. I mean, I don't think if they like drastically go a different route, it might be kind of weird to hear someone. But Beyonce is like a good example of like going from
Yeah.
R&B to country. That's kind of cool. Lady Gaga kind of did like a country album as well with her Joanne album. Um, I'm all for it. Like I like seeing artists kind of try new things and go in different directions and kind of grow artistically and investigate different sounds and things like that.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like if I don't like it, I don't have to listen to it. But I
Yeah,
appreciate the attempt. Yeah. I mean, I think to like, not saying that they're bad at it anyway, but Muse for me is a good example because they went from like the stadium rock sound to
yeah,
being more synthesized and more, electronic, but then they've made their way back to more of the stadium rock sound. And it's just I like them in each iteration, but when I think of like Muse, I think of like, the Black Holes and Revelations album where it's just like, big ginormous sound. So but
yeah,
yeah, I agree. I think artists should grow
yeah,
and it should be a reflection of what they're feeling at that moment. Yeah.
yeah. I'm looking at other releases that are coming out, and U2, I think, has a new album that's coming out.
Oh, interesting.
Are they a band that you like, or do you actually I think it's like a re-release. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's totally new music. Um I guess it's the 2004 album with 10 previously unreleased tracks. Um I'm a little done with U2. I don't know, like with you, like I think they kind of like got over saturated the market. And I didn't really recover with me.
You mean when they put their new album on everyone's iPhone for free without even asking?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's like here's free music. No, we don't want it.
Yeah.
Um,
And I really like them. They were a really good band. But I think they're just kind of I don't know if I outgrew them or like I said, I got oversaturated with their music. But I'm kind of like, I'm over it.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I like you too. I mean, I like Octoon Baby's probably one of my favorite album by them.
Yeah.
Um, just probably because it's the first album that I bought by them.
Oh, no.
But they did I think it was like Songs of Surrender album, and it's like they remixed some of their old songs in a more acoustic, more storytelling type of vibe. So it's no
Yeah.
longer like a rock album. It's more like, I don't want to say folk, but it's more acoustic. And I thought that was really cool hearing the songs performed differently. So it's like they're doing a cover of their own song.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool, and it made me appreciate the songs even more. But yeah, I'm not over them. So I don't really listen to their newer music though, so maybe I am.
Yeah.
But if you give me tickets to watch their show at like the Sphere, I'll go watch them.
Oh yeah. Another band that is kind of re-releasing an album is Pet Shop Boys, which is
Oh,
another band that I think is kind of plays to like nostalgia,
mhm.
growing up listening to them and then having like some of their newer music, maybe not being as popular as some of their previous stuff, but still putting out good music.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like West End girls can't go wrong with that, right? So
Yeah, so that's another one that's kind of cool to look forward to. And then Interpol's releasing a live album, which is kind of cool.
Interpol, I haven't
Interpol,
heard them in a long time.
yeah, yeah. So they're cool band that I like listening to. Listening to a live album would be pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. Interpol's cool. I like them. Very cool.
Yeah. So there's some good stuff coming out. The Wicked soundtrack is coming out soon as well, to coincide with the release of the movie. So you can hear Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo kind of sing their hearts out, once again to kind of go back to where we started. It just really great performances, really worthwhile to listen to as well.
Cool. And oh, before I forget, I watched Joker 2 and I listened to the soundtrack and you made me think about the soundtrack. So
Yeah.
it is so good. I think you undersold it. Lady Gaga's performance, wow. It
Yeah.
was I hope she gets Oscar nominated for that because that's how good it was for me.
Yeah, I sadly I don't think that that's going to happen because of Hollywood being so aligned with box office and success, and it was so panned in the media that I don't think she'll get the attention. I do think she did a great job, acting, performing, singing. But I don't know. It would be great to see her get nominated for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a good movie and I really enjoyed that they continued on where you couldn't tell if it was real or if it was the Joker's, his mindset and what
Yeah.
was real, what wasn't. So I really like that. And I only bring up Lady Gaga again because she has LG7 coming out next year as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's more stuff to look forward to. I saw another movie of I know an actress that you're a fan of that just came out. Zoe Saldana in Emilia Perez. It's another
Mhm.
musical. I guess I'm on a musical kick. I guess, uh, but it's really interesting. It's Selena Gomez is in it as well, and it's about a drug lord that is a trans woman and goes through that transition and uses the assistance of Zoe Saldana's character to help her sort of create a new life.
Mhm.
Zoe Saldana gets sort of integrated into that life, like with Selena Gomez's character who plays the wife,
Mhm.
their kids, and it sort of goes from there. But it's a really interesting movie. The music is really interesting. The choreography is really cool. Definitely recommend it for people that are musical fans. People that are fans of Zoe Saldana. She does an amazing job. It's in Spanish, so it's really interesting to see her perform in Spanish.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
and it's really cool. She sounds great. And Selena Gomez is really good in it as well. I think they did get some attention at Cannes Film Festival. I think they both, I don't know if both or if Zoe Saldana got like Best Actress. So I'm hoping that she gets recognized for the Academy Awards, because she does a great and amazing job. She's really great in it.
Cool. Yeah, I have that on my Netflix watch list, so looking forward to that one. So
Yeah, she her performance is amazing. She's really good in it, which is kind of really good to see her sort of kind of expand her acting chops because we've seen her in like Avatar and as Gamora in the Marvel franchises. So it's kind of cool just to see her in like a regular person role where she can sort of like really act. But I mean, she does everything. She's like singing, dancing, acting. So it's really a great performance. Stand out.
Very cool. Yeah, I'll have to watch that this weekend.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, yeah, I think that's all about I have for this episode. Anything else you have on your mind for this coming week, or any anticipated comic book runs you're gonna go get?
No, I've picked up some like horror stuff, like Tales from the Crypt. So possibly maybe getting some more of that. Absolute Superman.
The Absolute series. I haven't gotten them yet, but they look really good. Like Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman.
Yeah, so definitely checking that stuff out. But yeah, outside of that, I'll just kind of show up and see what's there and see what's good.
I haven't been to a comic book store in a long time. Shame.
I wish I could say the same.
Well, maybe I'll go and pick up something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely should just pick up one book. Maybe just limit yourself to like one good book and, kind of go from there.
Yeah, will do.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in and spending some time with us this week. We really appreciate it. Make sure you go out there and follow us on all our social medias, like, subscribe, share, and sharing is probably the best way you can help us out. Share us out to all your family and friends. And let's go ahead and looking forward to Thanksgiving coming up soon. So if we don't see you before then, everyone out there have a happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If not, well, have a happy one for us then. And we'll see you all next time.
Well, stay safe, everyone.